Hello and welcome. In this video we want to do some limit questions involving cube roots. The first question is find the limit of cube root of x minus 2 over x to the 2 minus x minus 56 when x approaches 8. First note that if we try to find this limit with direct substitution, in numerator we have cube root of 8. If we substitute 8 for x, we get this in numerator, and in denominator we have 8 to the power of 2 minus 8 minus 56. Cube root of 8 is 2, 2 minus 2 is 0, and denominator is also 0. So we cannot find this limit with direct substitution, and this limit is basically in the form of 0 over 0, which is an indeterminate form. This is a challenging question, and the challenge is in the numerator. It is inside the cube root. How we can get rid of that cube root of x? That's the main challenge that we have in this question. For finding this limit in this video, I will show you two different methods. The first method is using this identity. For finding this limit, if you know the difference of a square, difference of cubes identity, you can find this limit. Let me remind you the difference of cubes identity. A minus b times a to the 2 plus ab plus b to the 2 equals a to the 3 minus b to the 3. This identity is the difference of cubes identity. The reason that we say this is the difference of cubes, attention to here we have the difference of two cubes. So this is the difference of cubes identity. If you know this identity, then you can find this limit with the aim of this identity. But how we can use this identity for finding this limit? The numerator of this limit, attention to here. In numerator we have cube root of x minus 2. If we suppose the cube root of x as a and we suppose the 2 as b, so in numerator we have a minus b. If we multiply it by a to the 2 plus ab plus b to the 2, the result would be a to the 3 minus b to the 3. So if we multiply the numerator, which we suppose cube root of x as a and the 2 as b, if we multiply this numerator, which here for a moment suppose this is a and b, if we multiply a minus b by this, the result is a to the 3 and b to the 3. The a to the 3 minus b to the 3. These power 3's here for a and b will help us to get rid of this cube root. Attention, a to the 3, in this question a is cube root of x. If we raise it to the 3 minus b to the 3, what is cube root of x to the 3? The power 3 and cube root cancels, and this equals x, and the other one 2 to the 3 is 8. Now here we have an expression without cube root. So for finding this limit, we are going to multiply the numerator and denominator by this bracket here, a to the 2 plus ab plus b to the 2. The reason we do this is that we want to get rid of the cube root. And don't forget, you have to multiply the numerator and denominator by that, not only numerator. So we multiply the numerator and denominator by a to the 2 plus ab plus b to the 2. And don't forget, a is cube root of x and b is 2. So we want to multiply the numerator and the denominator by a to the 2. What is a to the 2? A to the 2 is cube root of x to the 2 plus a times b. A is cube root of x and b is 2. So a times b is cube root of x times 2, or you can say 2 cube root of x plus b to the 2. b is 2 and b to the 2 is 2 to the power of 2. And we multiply the denominator by the same thing. Plus 2 to the 2. By doing this, we can get rid of the cube root from numerator. When we multiply a minus b by a to the 2 plus ab plus b to the 2, the result is a to the 3 minus b to the 3. A to the 3 is cube root of x to the 3. b to the 3 is 2 to the power of 3. Cube root of x to the 3 is x. So this is x. And 2 to the 3 is 8. So in numerator we have x minus 8. And in denominator we have this quadratic expression, and simply we can factor it like this. X to the 2 minus x minus 56 can be written as x minus 8 times x plus 7. How we got these numbers? Negative 8 times 7 is negative 56, and negative 8 plus 7 is negative 1. This is the way we factor quadratic expressions. And don't forget to put this also in the denominator. Plus 2 cube root of x plus 2 to the 2, or 4. Now look at the numerator and denominator. You can see that x minus 8 is the common factor between numerator and denominator. So you can simply cancel this with this. If you cancel x minus 8 from numerator with denominator, then we have limit of 1 over x plus 7 times cube root of x to the 2. This should be x to the 2. X to the 2 plus 2 cube root of x plus 2 to the power of 2 as x approaches 8. Now, if we plug in 8 for x in denominator, we can find this limit. 8 plus 7 is 15. If we substitute 8 here, 8 to the 2 is 64. Cube root of 64 is 4. So the first radical is 4. If you plug in 8 in the next radical, cube root of 8 is 2. 2 times 2 is also 4. So basically we have 1 4 here, another 4, and one more 4 here, and this was 15. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. 12 times 15 is 180. So this limit equals 1 over 180. Now let me show you another method for finding this limit. First, let me rewrite the question again here. We want to find limit of cube root of x minus 2 over x to the 2 minus x minus 56 when x approaches 8. This new method is a little similar to the previous method, but it's not bad to see and learn also this method. This new method, we can name it substitution method or change of variable method. Here again, what is the challenge that here we have in this question? The cube root of x. In the previous method, to get rid of the cube root, we multiplied numerator and denominator by this, and we could get rid of the cube root. Here, to get rid of the cube root of x, we use another technique. We use a substitution or change of variable method or technique. We suppose cube root of x to be a new variable. We change the name of this expression and we name cube root of x something like u. You can use any other variable like t or any other variable. So we suppose cube root of x to be u. And attention, when u is equal to cube root of x, you can find x from this equation. If you raise both sides of this equation to the power of 3, u to the power of 3 equals x. Why we want to find x? Because look at the denominator. Here and here we have x. And we want to write all of this limit in terms of u. The name of this technique, we can name it substitution method. So we want to substitute and rewrite this limit in terms of u. We change the variable. We change the variable name to u. First, we suppose this cube root of x to be u. The reason that we do this is that now, instead of working with cube root of x, we have a u, and it's without any cube root. That's the reason we do this substitution. And from this, we got this relation also. We raise both sides to the power of 3 and u to the 3 is x. Now for the denominator, we can replace every x here and here with u to the 3. But one more thing we have to do. We want to rewrite this limit in terms of u. X approaches 8. When x approaches 8, when x gets closer and closer to number 8, what happens to u? U is cube root of x. X approaches 8. So u approaches cube root of 8. What is cube root of 8? 2. So when x approaches 8, u approaches 2. Now everything that we need is ready here. So we are going to rewrite this limit in terms of u. So the limit would be limit of u minus 2. Attention, we supposed cube root of x to be u. So the limit now is u minus 2 over x to the 2. What is x? Attention to here. X is u to the 3. What is x to the 2? It would be u to the power of 6, because u to the 3 all to the 2 is u to the 6 minus u to the 3 minus 56. And don't forget, u approaches 2. This is our new limit. Now we have to work on this limit. With this substitution, we could get rid of the cube root. But now we have a new challenge, and that's the powers of the denominator. We have u to the 6 and u to the 3 in denominator. But let's see how we can solve this new limit. For finding this limit, it should be clear that we have to work on the denominator, because the numerator is a simple expression. This is like a quadratic expression, but the difference is that instead of x2 and x, we have u to the 6 and u to the 3, but it is like a quadratic expression. How we factor quadratic expressions? Usually we put two brackets for factoring quadratics. Here and here we put x, but here in this case the variable is u, and attention, instead of x to the 2 we have u to the 6. So what we have to put in each bracket? You have to put u to the 3, not x. And the reason that we put u to the 3 in each bracket is that u to the 3 times u to the 3 is u to the 6. Then we look for two numbers that their product is negative 56 and their sum is negative 1. Those numbers are negative 8 and plus 7. U approaches 2. For finding these type of limits, usually we try to find a common factor between numerator and denominator, and we have to cancel that common factor. If you pay attention to u to the 3 minus 8, this is like a to the 3 minus b to the 3. When we have a to the 3 minus b to the 3, we can factor it in the form of a minus b times a to the 2 plus ab plus b to the 2. In the same way, we can factor u to the 3 minus 8. Let me write down this expression, u to the 3 minus 8, here below this identity. U to the 3 minus 8 is basically u to the 3 minus 2 to the 3. If we follow this identity, we can factor u to the 3 minus 2 to the 3, 2 to the 3 in the form of, we put two brackets. In the first bracket, when we have a to the 3 minus b to the 3, we have to put a minus b. So for this example, what we have to put in the first bracket? U minus 2. Then we have a to the 2. A in this case is u, so we have to put u to the 2. A times b is 2 times u, or bu times 2. And finally b to the 2 is 2 to the 2. As you can see, in this new method, in the second method, also we use this identity for finding this limit. So in both methods, we use same identity for finding this limit. But in the second method, first we do this substitution, and then we use this identity. And as you can see, this is a bit different method. And basically, when you learn different methods, you can apply them not only for one specific question like limit questions, you can use these techniques for other questions in other topics. Let's continue finding our limit. Now we know that we can factor u to the 3 minus 8 in the form of u minus 2 times u to the 2 plus 2u plus 2 to the 2. So this can be factored in the form of u minus 2 times u to the 2 plus 2u plus 2 to the 2 times u to the 3 plus 7, and in numerator we have u minus 2 as u approaches 2. If we cancel u minus 2 with u minus 2 from denominator, we have limit 1 over u to the 2 plus 2u plus 2 to the 2 times u to the 3 plus 7 when u approaches 2. If you substitute 2 in the denominator, 2 to the 2 is 4, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 to the 2 is 4, this is 12. This is 2 to the 3, 8 plus 7, 15. 15 times 12 is 180. This is the same answer that we got from the first method for this question. I hope you liked this video and see you in the next videos.